What up, athletes? Whoop, whoop. All right, let's do this. Awesome. Team test 5. Let's go. Write the equation of a line with a slope that passes through the point 2, -3 in slope-intercept form using y equals mx plus b. You know, you can do this a number of ways. You can do this using the point-slope form and then solve it down. I'm going to go ahead and use that triple substitution where we just substitute in so you guys can see a plethora of ways to do it. However, it's really up to you. In fact, I might show you both ways. I think I'm going to do that. So essentially we have y equals mx plus b. We've been given the point 2, 3, -3, which is an xy point, right? And we're told that the slope is 5, so we know m equals 5. And so we can just sub that all in, and we get that my y is -3, right? And it equals my m of 5 times my x of 2 plus b, which is just 15, right? And I can subtract 15 from both sides, and I get that -18 is equal to b. And if that's true, now I have my y-intercept and I have my slope, and I know that y equals 5x minus 18. That's one way to do it. Could have also just plugged it into the point-slope formula, which just says my y minus my y value, -3, is equal to my slope of 5 times x minus my x value, right? Let's distribute. Remember, step 1 is distribute, step 2 is add or subtract. But first, let's take care of this. That becomes a plus. So I'm going to distribute fy plus 3 equals 5x minus 10 minus 3 over minus 3 over. And I get y equals 5x minus 13. Some of you may be going, wait, this doesn't match over here. That's because, look over here, 5 times 2 is not 15, it's 10. Duh, Timmy. So it should have been minus 10, and what's -3 minus 10? It's minus 13. So this really should have been y equals 5x minus 13. And guess what? Now's a good time to bring up, sometimes it's good to check your answer by doing a different method. You might find mistakes. Look at that. We're starting off strong today in today's video. I'm leaving this in because I want you to see a number of things. 1, I make mistakes. 2, here's how you correct them. There we go. Let's roll. All right. Determine the slope and y-intercept of the line that passes through -2, 1, and 6, 3. Okay. So first, to get the slope, right, my m is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. But at the end of the day, you want to know what I just do? I just circle my first y value and point it back to my next one, my second y value and point it back to my first one. So I have 3 minus 1, circle my second x value, point it back to my first one. And that's over 6 minus -2, which minus negative becomes a positive. I get 3 minus 1 equals 2. 6 plus 2 equals 8. That simplifies to 1/4. So my slope is 1/4. And if I want to find my b value, I can just plug in, right? Pick a point. I'm going to pick a point, -2, 1. You can try the other point. It really doesn't matter which you pick. This is my x, this is my y. I'm going to do triple sub. So I'm going to end up with 1 equals my slope of 1/4 times my x of -2 plus b. Let's see, 2 goes into 4 twice, goes into -2 once. And I end up with 1 equals -1/2 plus b. So I'm going to add a half. Add 1/2. Now, as I can change this to halves, which I'm just going to add 0.5. Well, how about I just change it to 0.5? I think I'm going to do that. So I'm going to end up with 1.5 here, or just 1.5 equals, I don't know why I did it, equals b. And if that's true, I can also say this is 0.25, right? 1.5 and 0.25. There we go. No problems. We got those down. A movie streaming service charges a set fee for membership each month, plus an additional fee for the number of movies streamed each month. table shows the total charges for different number of movies. So 2 movies is $14, 4 movies is $17, 6 movies is $20. Okay. Write an equation in slope-intercept form that can be used to predict the total cost Y for streaming X movies in a month. I'm going to use my point-slope form for this, okay? But first, I got to find what is my change in Y over change in X. Notice this is going up by +3 each time. And this is going up by +2. So here's the deal. It's change in Y over change in X is my slope, which means my change in Y, the Y is on bottom here, is 3. My change in X is 2, so it's 3 halves, all right, or 1.5. So in this case, I'm going to say, all right, and I'm going to pick the point 214. Can you see that? So I've got my slope, I've got 214. I'm going to say Y minus 14 is equal to our slope of 3 halves times X minus 2. Boom. And what's that going to do? That's just going to end up being up over here. Y minus 14 equals 3 halves X minus, and I'm going to distribute this, right? So times 3 halves. The 2's cancel out, so I'm just going to have minus 3. I'm going to add 14 to both sides. And I get that Y equals 3 halves X plus 11. Look at that. Write the equation of a line that passes through the point 3, -4 with a slope of 7 in all 3 forms. I'm going to start out with point slope. Point slope is nice. Point slope says, again, I have my point of 3, -4, and I have my slope of 7. So this is, in all 3 of these forms, I'm going to show you the order I believe you should go, because one flows to the next, you'll see. First, I'm going to have Y minus my Y value, which is -4, equals my slope of 7 times X minus my X value of 3. That becomes a plus, and I'm done. Here's my point slope formula. Y plus 4 equals 7 times X minus 3. Now watch this. Now I'm going to go to slope-intercept form. Let's take this over here. And I'm just taking Y minus, or plus 4 equals 7 times X minus 3. And check this out. I'm going to distribute. So I'm going to get Y plus 4 equals 7X minus 21. Then I'm going to subtract the 4 over. Y equals 7X minus 25. Look, solving it, put it in the right form. Now I'm immediately going to go over to standard form. Check this out. Y equals 7X minus 25. I'm going to subtract 7X from both sides. You can go about this different ways. I don't mind getting X negative because I can make it positive real easy. And now I'm just going to multiply through by -1, and I end up with 7X minus Y equals 25. Boosh. Look at that. One form to the next. So I would do point slope first, slope intercept second, and standard third. Okay, now we're going to go into our last one on this page, which is using standard form again. So to write this in standard form, okay, first I need to get rid of the fractions. So to get rid of the denominator of 3, I'm going to multiply by 3 times everything. I end up with 3y times 3 times 3, right? Equals, the 3's cancel out here. I'm left with 2x minus 21. Again, subtract 2x from both sides is what I'm going to do anyway. I get -2x plus 3y equals -21. Multiply everything by -1. And we get that 2x minus 3y equals 21. Boom, right there. We're good. We're golden. Awesome. You feel free to pause at any time, move back, forward, whatever you need to do. I like this team test. I need a straight edge here in a second. Consider the equation. Let's look up top here. y equals 2x plus 3. Find the equation of the line that passes through 2, 3 and is parallel to the given line. Well, don't forget, if my slope, so look up here, this is my slope, right? Y equals mx plus b. So if my slope equals 2, my parallel slope is the same. It's still 2, okay? And then they've given me the point 2, 3. I'm just going to put it in, again, point slope form. So y minus my, and it says find the equation of the line. Equations come in a lot of forms, right? You can put it in standard, point slope, or whatever. I'm going to put it in slope intercept, though. So y minus my y value equals my slope times x minus my x value. And again, I'm going to put this in, even though this is a form, this is point slope, and it doesn't define what form we need, probably will on the test. And since that's in slope intercept, I'm going to go ahead and put it into slope intercept. It isn't hard. Distribute. We get y minus 3 equals 2x minus 4. Add 3 to both sides. Look at that. Not hard at all. 2x minus 1. Boom. Now, it's going to get a little different. It says find the equation of the line that passes through 2, 3 and is perpendicular to the given line. Well, again, if our slope is 2, perpendicular slope, that's what that little sign means, is equal to the negative flip. Remember, I can write that over 1, so it's going to equal negative 1/2. Again, for the point 2, 3. So I'm going to have y minus 3 equals negative 1/2 times x minus 2. Which, again, will equal y minus 3 equals negative, because I got to distribute, 1/2 x plus 1. Because negative 2 times negative 1/2 is 1. All right, add 3 to both sides, and I get that y equals negative 1/2 x plus 4. Boom. So this is the line with a perpendicular slope, and this is the line with a parallel slope. It's good math. I like that stuff. Oh, this inverse stuff. I like this. This is kind of fun. It's really pretty easy once you get down to it. This table defines a relationship between x and y. Write the inverse of each ordered pair. Well, if that's negative 6, 5, it'll become 5, negative 6. 4, 1 becomes 1, 4. 2, negative 3 becomes negative 3, 2. Boom. That's it. Find the inverse of the function. Remember, step 1, replace f of x with y equals 6 times x plus 7. Step 2, interchange x and y. So this was step 1. Step 2, we're going to interchange them. X equals 6 times y plus 7. Step 3 is solve it. I'm going to do my distribution. I get that x equals 6y plus 42. That should be a y. I don't know what's happening there. Plus 42. And I'm going to keep going. I'm going to solve this for y. So I'm going to, what do I want to do here? Let's subtract 6y from both sides. Minus 6y. If I'm going to do that, I'm going to minus x from both sides too. Minus x. So I'm going to have minus 6y equals negative x plus 42. I'm going to divide both sides by negative 6. Get y equals negative divided by negative is a positive, so that's 1/6 x. That's going to be negative minus 7. Boom. That's the inverse. And then step 4, almost forgot step 4, says to put f to the negative 1 of x in for y equals 1/6 x minus 7. Oh, that was a good problem. I like those problems. Those are fun. And our last one of the day. Look at this. Again, pause at any point if you need to. I know I can go kind of fast. I actually enjoy this math. So it says graph that. Okay. So it has a start value of 1. And it says go up 1 over 2. Up 1 over 2. Let's just do that a couple times. You know, we can go backwards too. Let's label it y equals 1/2 x plus 1 or f of x, whatever. I'm fine with either one. By the way, this is x, this is y. Now we got to find the inverse. So again, I'm going to have y equals 1/2 x plus 1. I'm going to interchange them. X equals 1/2 y plus 1. And I'm going to get rid of that fraction, so I'm going to multiply through by 2. End up with 2x equals, that goes away, right, because it's times 2. Y plus 2. And then I might as well just subtract the 2 over. Minus 2, I get 2x minus 2 equals y, or y equals 2x minus 2. I can just flip sides because I can. Last thing, f to the negative 1 of x equals 2x minus 2. All right, so let's go to negative 2. And the slope of 2 tells me to go up 2 over 1. Up 2 over 1, look, they're going to cross right there. You see that? That is, probably should have put f of x right here, right? Because I'm going to put f to the negative 1 of x equals 2x minus 2. Boom! Team test done. You ready for that test? Write great notes. Peace out.